Today I'm back with the Laser Pecker 2 and I want to show you how easy this is to use on the app. And I am by no means an expert. I've used this about 30 minutes total just playing around with it, but let me show you this. So this is the app. It's a very basic thing. I've got the rotary hooked up. I did take the shroud off of the laser so that we can see it for the video purposes, but I would recommend leaving that on because it has the exhaust fan. So basically I went from the home page into the settings here. I'm going to turn on the third axis by hitting that little toggle. You heard it do that. It's asking what type of engraving mode. It defaults on cylinder, which is what I need. So I'm going to go back, and now let's create something with just some clip art. So we'll do something fairly simple, but kind of complex in the same time. How about this leaf? What do you think, Amy? Mm-hmm. So we'll do this leaf thing, and we're going to do it on a pen blank. So we selected it, we hit next. It's going to ask what resolution. If I was doing this for a project and time wasn't an issue, I'd do 2000, but since we're doing a video here, let's not do 2000. We're going to leave it on 1K resolution. I would probably do at least the highest if I was not concerned with time, but I don't want to waste everyone's time here. We're going to do width. So width and height, this is kind of square, so let's try 25. You can see the 25 width is the 27.3 height, so it scales it appropriately. File name, we'll just put Bob. There we go. Next, it says at present the third has been turned on. Confirm, because we are using third axis because that's the rotary. So we want to make sure that this works. Then I'm going to hit next on the app. Yep. Wait, what did I do? Hold on. Don't pause, but just let me figure this out. At present, the third axis has been turned on. In order to ensure the engraving, oh, please preview first. Okay. So when I hit next, you have to cut all that out. So when I hit next, it says preview. Now this is important because the preview will tell you where it is going to go. So if you see here on the laser, that's the size of my space. Now I can move my rotary out or in so that I get that placed right at the top. So the preview is important. Also, if it was way too big, it would be off the end of the blank or whatever. So that makes it pretty nice. Now, once I'm sure of that, I can come back to my app and I can hit quit preview, hit next, and the file is in transfer, and now it's going to start. Oh, one more thing. So the file is transferred in, but I can actually pick a couple more things here. I can pick wood, and I found when I first did this, I didn't select anything, and it all worked fine. But since it's in here, I'm going to go ahead and hit wood, power. I don't want 100%. And I still haven't figured out totally what powers I would use, which I would take notes if I was doing this and going to use this laser long term. But since I'm not, I don't really care. It's just for fun. Depth, let's go 20% as well. Confirm and start. Now you can see it's saying make sure that your laser is the right height, which I have already done. So now it will start engraving as soon as I hit yes. And there you go. And that's engraving. It's rolling. It's hard to see it's rolling in the video because it's really micro movements, but it is rolling the object and creating a nice rotary engraving that is very clean. So we'll see how long this one runs. So far we're at 56%. in 40 seconds. So I'm going to actually leave this full real time so that you can see what the actual time is for this rotary. And the purpose of this is I would want to do an inlay. I'd want to inlay stone or mica or something. So that is why I'm doing this. All right, let's see. We are at 85%, 1 minute 16. Almost done. And if you come back to the app here, you can see that it shows you the time, the percentage, the time. So 100% was 1:20. So you have a good idea of how you would want to do this. Now, the cool thing is you can save this. You can save the file. You can save the settings. So all that stuff I had to go through and enter, I wouldn't have to do again if I wanted to repeat the same item. I could just pull up the file name and all those settings save. Now let's take a look at the engraving. So this was our picture. Here is our engraving. And you can see, it goes this way, I guess, that it came out pretty good. Now this is cherry, and cherry engraves really nicely. So I got a nice dark brown engraving. If I went deeper or a higher power, I would cut through that, and I could then do an inlay. So that looks pretty good. So that is the setup, or how you set it up on the app when you're going to do an engraving. It's pretty easy. You can upload images. It works really well. Again, if you want to win this laser, like and subscribe, put a comment below, and we are going to be giving this away very soon because we're almost done with our testing and playing around, and then we're going to give it to one of the viewers.